Hola, peoples. Hello, welcome. How's everybody doing? I know that it takes a few minutes for this live thing to click over, and so I'll just kill some time, shuffle these cards. But we're going to be doing an oracle reading in honor of my friend Elisa of Elisa Soul Kisses. She has a monthly event, a sale where she has crystals, she has oils, she has everything pretty much. And I help her during her sale. I try to add some nifty little tidbits, little tips and tricks with in regards to like crystals, how to work with crystals, and sometimes I add formulas, essential oil blends and such. So I do that for her and for you, for anyone who attends the sale. And I also do I try to do a reading, yeah, but I don't always feel like I don't always do it. I don't always. I mean, I think I've missed like once, and I just wasn't feeling okay. But yeah, I'm here. We are here. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna enjoy. Well, hello, Brenda. Welcome. But yeah, you can find in the description of this video. You can find the link to the group where she's having her sale. So yeah, definitely check it out. And we're gonna work with the Sacred Rebels Oracle. I decided that we would do that. I don't know. I feel like it's appropriate right now. So we'll see what comes up. We'll see what pops up. And because this is in honor of Elisa's sale, and I think their group roles they don't really allow for swearing, which is absolutely fine, respectable. So during these like readings, I try not to swear. Sometimes I slip up, but I try not to swear. So just because to be respectful of the group, the environment and their rules. And so I do my best. So we have to be a little forgiving because sometimes it just, it slips out. So hola. Okay, y'all. I'm going to shuffle and I want you to just kick back, relax, enjoy, have fun, enjoy your space, focus on, the energy, collective energy, what's going on, what do we need to receive, what do we need to discuss today, this evening, this morning, wherever we are, whenever we're watching or experiencing this. Let's just focus on what we need to know at this moment. And I'm going to do 3 cards right for now. I'm going to do 3 cards. So just when you're ready, ground yourself, center, and the focus on the first number that pops into your head, 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3, the first number that does pop into your head, go ahead and focus on whatever number, 1, 2, or 3. All 3 cards, like I do, all 3 cards are a part of the reading. The card that you choose, again, go ahead and comment if you'd like, or write down whatever you prefer. But the card number you choose is going to be your dominant influence, where the other 2 cards are going to be supportive. Okay, the other 2 cards will be supportive of that dominant influence. So it'll just help you to personalize something that's already very general. Okay. So let's see, 1, 2, or 3. Go ahead and comment or write down, and let's see. Let's see what comes up. Okay, and just to be aware, these are kind of like heavy cards. Very very fascinating, very heavy, but good, and they help a lot. They give you a lot to think about, and we're going to take our time with this because I'm going to read to you from the book, from what they I like to always, when I'm working with oracle cards, I always share the creator's perception, then we talk about it, we share our own perception, how we tie everything in. So it's just a process. Okay, so card one is called the perfection of your life. The perfection of your life. Card 1. So have you ever seen a storm pictured from above? It can appear to be so beautiful and elegant. This is certainly different to the ground view, which can be quite a violent experience. So, too, there is great beauty in your life now. However, at this point in the natural process, you may be experiencing it as anxiety inducing rather than beautiful. You may sense it is internal chaos. You may feel it is as something that is waiting to erupt from within, as a restlessness or an anxiety that you cannot quite articulate but sense vaguely nonetheless. Perhaps the chaos is fully fledged and a person or situation in your life is causing all kinds of havoc, upheaval, or change and uncertainty in your world. Whether the chaos seems subtle, strong, internal, or external, this oracle brings the same message for you. All is unfolding according to a perfect higher order. You are currently enduring a cosmic spiritual storm, which is having an impact on you. It is clearing things out, ruffling feathers, and preparing you for that lovely, super fresh, uplifting feeling that one experiences after the storm has finally passed. If you have drawn the oracle of after this, okay, that's, we don't know that. If you cannot believe there is anything happening, even at a subtle level, because you feel stuck, denied, bored, thwarted, or stale, this oracle brings you a message also. No matter what appears to be, in truth, there is only the unfolding creative genius of the universe. You are not forgotten. You have not been looked over. You have not been denied, found wanting, or rejected as unworthy. The storm that needs to erupt is in your own heart. Do your liberating rain dance. Rage, weep, pray, dance, paint, or sing. Express whatever is needed, however is needed, to exorcise the blocked energy in your heart. Then you will call on the powerful perfection of your life path as it aligns for the next creative turn in the spiral of life. Once again, you will trust and directly experience the flower of life unfolding within you and around you. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Okay. So it's interesting. I like it because, sorry, I have something stuck in my teeth. It's popcorn. Ugh. I shouldn't be eating popcorn. But the perfection of your life, I really like it because it's, like the expression of the storm. It's like from a different, depending on viewpoint, a storm can be super beautiful. A storm can be extremely chaotic, and it can be all, and it is, in fact, all of these things. Those storms are absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, but they also do damage. They do harm. And through that damage, through that harm, through those experiences, we learn to appreciate and find our own beauty, okay? And so the perfection of your life, it's definitely coming in at a time where we may be frustrated, but it is important for us to recognize those feelings, that we recognize those frustrations, that we recognize and we work with the irritating stuff. We can't just focus on positivity. This is the physical world we are living in on Earth. We are here, and there are all aspects of emotion and all aspects of experiences. Some positive, some negative, some somewhere in between, and there's nothing wrong with any one of them. So it is extremely important for us to understand that we recognize whatever it is that we're going through, and we don't label it, we don't judge it, we simply own it. We take responsibility for our participation in whatever experience it is. And so that's the thing. It's like when these challenging things happen, a lot of times we want to run away from them. We want to ignore them. And instead, I do feel that it is time for us to kind of, I feel like I'm the eye of the storm. I feel like it's time for us to be at that center of the storm and really own it and look at like what it is doing in our lives. Look at the stuff that's being kicked up, and be very aware that it is our life. We are the ones choosing to take action in whatever way we are taking action. Even the lack of choice or thinking we don't make a decision by not making it. It's still a decision to not make a decision. So it's important for us. Hopefully, I'm not rambling too much, but it's important for us to take ownership of whatever situation we are in and recognize that, oh, this is mine. This is mine. I get to respond to this. I get to choose how I view this and what I do with the stuff that's being brought to me. Okay. A storm can clear the path for more. Yeah, a storm can clear the path for sure. So that's a cool. I like that. I really like that because when you look at it and you apply it to your own life, it's like, oh, if I have if I'm having these very like stormy experiences, if I'm having these experiences that seem so chaotic, why is this going on? Why is this happening? I'm so overwhelmed. And then we can also recognize like, oh, well, storms do clear paths. They clear the pathway, right? And so when we recognize like, oh, this storm in my life, it can be utilized to clear obstacles and debris from my path to help put me back on track to what it is that I want to experience. I like that. There are lessons in the storm's energy. Yes. Yeah. Ooh, that's powerful. I've learned to take control of the storm instead of feeling sorry for myself. Yeah, yeah. And we can feel sorry for ourselves for a moment, I mean, we can feel sorry for ourselves however long we need to, really. But like, I think it's important. Like, once you recognize, like, okay, I'm ready. I'm done with it. It's not making me feel any better. So I'm gonna focus on something else. So I do. So there's a healing process to this card. Imagine that you are standing at the silent center of a great cleansing storm. All aspects of your life are rained upon, blown, blown about, and even messed up a little. How do you feel? The storm then passes, and you see, and why? The storm then passes, and you are left with soft sunshine and slightly soggy feet. Some parts of your life will have been washed away. Some others will be strong and stable, a bit messy perhaps, but still there nonetheless. How do you feel? Underneath your feet, you see a pattern forming in the cleansed earth as if it is rising up from the damp, slightly disturbed soil. A golden, gleaming geometric pattern of the flower of life glows. Sense the perfection of the form. See how each flower feeds into the next in symmetry, harmony, and balance. Finish this practice by saying, I give thanks for the higher order of my life, which I trust implicitly as it guides me into wholeness and love. From that which appears as chaos, new order is rising. I trust this and receive the gift of higher order in my life. Through grace and mercy, so be it. Relax for a moment, become aware of your feet, and in your own time, go back to your day or evening. You have completed your healing process. If you are very drawn to the flower of life pattern, you may like to research it further and draw or color it into your journal as a visual meditative exercise. So, how does that make you feel? Like, what do you think of? Any last minute thoughts about the perfection of your life? So I like that for this reading as it initiates. It says there's a storm that is here, and it is up to us to discern what that storm is here for. Again, I feel like it's given us this opportunity to cleanse, to wash away to wash away remnants of like old programming and patterns that don't serve us. Like, there are things in our lives that are just, they're attached to past memories. They're attached to past behaviors. We are no longer the same person, and the person we desire to become cannot use those things, cannot use those experiences, cannot use those memories, because those memories, those experiences were built in a time where we were extremely different and no longer relevant for where we are headed. Does that make sense? And so this storm energy is coming through to help us wash away these things and start to focus on and focus on the things that we really do desire and love for ourselves, as well as to recognize the sturdy foundations that are in place right now that may need more emphasis. Okay, so let's take a look at card 2, y'all. Dominant for those who chose card 2, supporting for those who did not. So let's look at card 2. Are you ready? Okay. Card 2. Release the dark wound. Let love live. What is it? Just hearing that, what does that say to you? Release the dark wound. Let love live. I like that. I like that. Without cleansing, how can we move on and grow? Yes, absolutely. So release the dark wound. Let love live. What does that say to you? Just hearing those words, how does that make you feel? What does it make you think of? If we detach something from its source too soon, trying to force it to become what it is not yet ready or willing to become, we can unintentionally sap it of its strength and kill it. There is a dark wound in the consciousness of humanity which demands perfection and denies process. If you are thinking of if you are thinking of publishers before you have even written the book, if you are comparing your unfinished song idea to the latest best-selling pop release, if you have decided you are not good enough or worthy enough to succeed before you've given it everything you've got and asked for divine help, then this dark wound has you in its grasp. You have to let go of the death grip of perfectionism and let yourself and your ideas live. Love is abundant, creative, and inspiring. It moves us so much more joyously and creatively than fear. You are being asked to honor the path of your own love, what inspires you, what feels exciting, joyful, and perhaps even rather different. Let that live. Release the dark wounding or false belief. There are countless stories of vastly successful artists who very nearly bend the project that was the making of their career because of the despair fostered by their own dark nature. They doubted, they were uncertain. Was their work any good? Was it useless? They struggled to believe in the right of a work to come to life, whether it was accepted, revered, or rejected by others or not. They nearly lost their work to fear, undoubtedly. There have been many times when this has actually happened, and the work was not saved, not allowed to live. Do not let this happen to you. Whether something is meant to be a commercially oriented venture or a more personal creation for your own therapeutic healing, it must be allowed to be, without judgment, without criticism, even without premature evaluation. It may be allowed to be what it is, and only time, love, patience, and attention will reveal it. If you have drawn this, nope, I'm not going to go with that one. No, 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 no. So, what does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? What thoughts come up? Okay. The messages of this card are also amplified if you have drawn. Well, no. Okay, sorry. These are card combinations we don't need to go into. Um, So yeah, what's that saying to you? Release the dark wound, let love live. What is that saying? Sugar, removal, release the dark wound. Yes. Getting rid of emotional baggage in order to move forward. I like that. I've been removing the old me in order to let the new me like a butterfly. Yes. Cute. Done is better than, yeah, yeah. And so that's the thing when we start comparing ourselves, when like an example, like there are many people on YouTube or across social media who read cards, y'all, and there's a lot of wonderful people who do, and I don't see them. I never look at someone as competition. I try not to. Sometimes I do, but I really try not to, because there's enough for all of us to be supported and happy, and they can't do what I do. And I'm not. It's not a judgment. It's just that I am me. I have my own lived experiences and my own personality, and so the way I connect with you, the way I connect with the world around me, it's different. And so I offer something different. I offer an experience, an adventure, and at times that dark wound, I might not do certain things, or I get caught up in thinking, oh, there's other people who have a much more of a following than I do, who have all of these different things, and they're just, people actually comment. A lot more people comment on their stuff, and they give them their support, and I may stop myself, from doing something because I get in that headspace. But at the same time, I just have to let love live, you know? I have to just do what I love, do what I enjoy, and know that the right people, the right energies will experience that. And I'm not, obviously I'm doing this to make money because I have bills to pay. So this is my job, but I also, this is my heart. I love this. This is a passion. I love being of service. I love helping people. And so that's another aspect to this. It's like, I love doing this. I absolutely do. And so I do it, and I keep doing it, and I keep showing up. And so release the dark wound. Don't compare. We don't need to compare ourselves to anybody, because everyone has their own right to feel the way they do. Everyone has their own right to experience their things, and no one is right or wrong in that sense. We're doing the best we can for each and every one of us. And so release the dark wound. Don't judge ourselves, and start to let love live, and start to do the things. We don't have to get it right the first time. We don't have to get it right the second time. We just have to show up and do what we enjoy, and keep doing, and keep, plugging in and putting in the work, and just, embracing our heart and embracing what is important to us. Does that make sense? I like that. Powerful opportunity to learn to lean into the shadow and find that awesome gift it offers. Yes, absolutely. Um, yeah, everyone has their own way of doing things, for sure. And so I really like this about this dark wound, because it's like, oh, I recognize this. It's the comparing. It is one person has to be right and the other person wrong. No, like, I don't need to do that. It's more about trusting your own nature, trusting your instincts, and realizing, like, look, you are worthy of receiving that which you desire. Um, I It makes me think of it. I don't know if this is going to be totally like random, but I kind of want to share it anyways. But we were grocery shopping, and I was in the car crocheting, and there was this kid. I say kid, but he could have been my age, and I think he was homeless, and I didn't have any cash on me. Otherwise, I would have helped him. But he was walking around, and he just looked tired and hungry, and he was asking, for help, and some people were just like, sorry, I don't have it. Some people, finally, he kept circling, he kept trying, and I could feel it from him, like he was so devastated, and he was, blah blah blah. And then finally, some people were just like, here, I had a young kid, like a boy, with his mom, and the kid gave him some money, and gave him a drink, like just whatever their groceries, gave him some of their groceries. And you could feel that he was like so appreciative. And so release the dark wound, let love live. It's like, you know what? People need help. People need help. And I don't even know if that's making sense, but it's the thing that popped into my head. So I feel like sharing. He needed help, and he asked for it, and he put, and other people had to get out of their own way too, because people have judgments, so many ignorant judgments when it comes to homeless people, or to people who just need help. And so that was an interesting moment where it's like, okay, there are these dark wounds, like collective dark wounds, judgments and fears that are put aside when people let love in, let love live, and they let their beauty shine, and their trust and their instincts, and their heart shine, and their heart is like, this is right. This is what we need to do. It is not our place to judge what anyone is doing with whatever we gift them or whatever. And so these collective dark wounds, right, are being set aside in these moments for healing to take place, and for something beautiful to manifest. And there's hope for humanity, right? So hopefully that kind of makes sense. But I just wanted to share that story with this dark wound card. But again, it is important. It is important for us right now to figure out what these dark wounds are. Like, what are we preventing ourselves from experiencing? What is it that we want to do? What is important to us? And where are we judging ourselves? Where are we a little too harsh on ourselves? And where can we be a little more forgiving? Where can we just simply say, you know what, I may not have the perfect image, I may not have the perfect video or the perfect quality of graphics, but you know what? I have heart. I love what I do, and I want to connect, and I want to reach out, and I want to do this. And so I'm going to put that aside, and I'm just going to do the thing, and I'm going to, experience, right? Absolutely. I do. I try not to go anywhere right now because of the plague. We, mask up, we have our vaccine, we do all the right things, but it's still a little anxious getting out. But, you have to a certain extent. So, okay. Any last minute thoughts on the dark wound and let love live? So this is a good card. This is a good card. I like that coming after the storm. The storm. The perfection of your life and release the dark wound, let love in, and then we have our third card. Okay, our third card is very interesting. So I'm curious to see what you'll have to say about this, and then the sequence. Right. So the third card is spirals. Spirals of manifestation. The creative, rebellious path of love moves in spirals. It is not linear. Sometimes our mind decides that the way forward is to take clear steps from one point to the next logical point. However, there is a genius within that can there's a genius within that can guide us on an alternative route. If there is an unnecessary pothole or delay in the typical linear path of progression, and the curved loop in the path will be quicker, more fun, and more beautiful, then why not allow yourself to be guided to that path? This can happen through trust and wisdom rather than rigid adherence to what on the surface appears to be logical progression. You are in the midst of a spiral of manifestation. Something is coming into being, even if you think it is further away than ever before. How amazing it will seem when what you have been dreaming of falls into place. Suddenly, what you have been thinking of creating will plonk into your reality, seemingly out of nowhere, because it was just around the bend, just out of view, on the spiral of manifestation, and you could not see it coming. In truth, it was coming to you all along. This oracle has a message for you. Sometimes when we feel the furthest away from what we want, we are actually closer than ever before. Just one turn on the spiral loop of creation can see your manifestation taking root into the world. You must hold true to your faith and keep working on your progress. Forget about believing it when you are seeing it. And any old soul or young soul can do that. You are a bigger, braver, more ancient soul. You have enough chutzpah, chutzpah. I don't know. Chutzpah. You have enough of it to believe. I know what it means, but I don't know how to say it. You have enough to believe it so that you can see it sooner, bigger, and brighter. Do not give in to those who tell you it should have happened already or that you have failed. They are just suffering from a lack of patience and understanding, as well as an arrogant assumption that their notion of timing is somehow superior to the greater divine timing at play in life. Be in goodwill with yourself and the universe. All is unfolding perfectly, whether you feel it right now or not. This oracle also brings a message to you about the perfect synchronicities that are taking place in your life. You may have started to notice these already. When we live, have y'all noticed the synchronicities? Tell me about the synchronicities. Oh my God, y'all can't talk. Oh, sugar. Oh my gosh. You may have started to notice these already. When we live from the heart, honor our creative center, and choose unlikely but lovingly rebellious ways to be in the world, we will begin to notice synchronicity every day. It is as though the universe is speaking to us intimately on all matters, which of course it is. This oracle reminds you that there is no point rushing to the bus stop. If you are way too early, you are just wasting your time. And who wants to wait at the bus stop forever? Oh my God, that's like waiting at the airport. No, No. Better to live your life at a more appropriate pace and get there at the right time. You don't need the anxiety, exactly. You don't need the anxiety that comes from rushing towards your destiny. Try not to worry quite so much about the future. You will attract what you want and need so much more enjoyable if you relax and deal with the here and now, present moment. Remember, too, that your life path is unfolding in harmony with the paths of others. You will meet with each other for the greatest benefit when you trust in the flow of the one great creative spiral upon which this galaxy spins. Everything is ultimately in harmony with everything else to fulfill the great big creative intent of the supreme creative force of love. You're included in that. Lucky. Oh my goodness. So, what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Let's talk about that. I like it. Free to move and take advantage of your opportunity or inspiration. Love spirals. This speaks volumes. Yes. Lots of signs. I love it. I find things to do on the way. Yes, I like it. Peaceful, yes. I like it too. I really do. Honestly, spirals of manifestation. I like it because it's like, look, y'all, why are we rushing? Why? When we rush, we forget things, we trip over things, we fall, we break things. It's just annoying. Like it is embarrassing. Like when we rush, it's like it's too much. Like why even rush? Because in the end, we recognize that all in divine timing, things will happen. I am putting it out there. I am receiving the blessings of the universe, whatever, and so I know that I am blessed, just like you're blessed. I know this. I trust it. And so there is no point in rushing into something because we will be there in divine timing. Like it's there for me and I'm there for it. And so when I get there, boom, that's the perfect time. Does that make sense? And so it's like we don't have to hurry. And people will say, well, why, you're this age, why don't you have this laid out, blah 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 blah. And it's like it don't matter. What matters is I'm trying, I'm doing the work, and I'm showing up, and I feel maybe I should be further along in my progress, but that's a judgment that I don't need to make about myself, and that's a judgment that many people around me may make for me, but they're not me and they're not living my life. I'm living my life, so I get to decide. And so I have to recognize that I'm working, I am doing the thing, I'm trying. And so I know that I will be blessed, right? Just like we will all be blessed. Like when we stick to it, we get there. And we might have a little and there's this thing about oppositions, when we think about like, oh, we feel so far away from something and it feels like it's negative. And the reality is that's actually a blessing, because it's like, oh, we're so far away from it. In reality, it's right there because one cannot exist without the other. One cannot exist without the other. And so if this thing seems like it's impossible or far away, or if I feel really negative, then I recognize that I can turn around and I can welcome the beauty of the other into my life. Does that make sense? So it's there. It is always there. Okay. I love try not to rush your destiny. Patience. I'm learning to master. Yeah, patience. Patience is yeah. I think I will probably yeah. Well, let's not claim that, but yeah, patience is something I'm trying to getting better at it. Yeah. Cone of power comes to mind. Yes, I like that. Let's see. In my current situation with my kids and the caseworker, I've learned to just let it flow. I've been irritated with the caseworker because I haven't talked to them in a while. Just yeah, it's yeah, yeah. It's like you're organizing all the puzzle pieces before you. Yeah, yes, yeah. Speaking of, I need to get a good puzzle. But yeah, it is. It's like, you know what? You have the puzzle. It's there. You know it's going to get put together. And so why rush it? Just kind of like organize or do your thing. Do all those things and then put it together, and it's there. You don't have to like rush it. You just enjoy the process. And I think that a lot of us need to do that much more. Is just recognize that, you know what, we will get there. So we're going to enjoy the process as we allow it to unfold. Well, good morning, Belinda. Things will happen as they should when they should, according to the universe. According to the universe, yes, but also remember the universe, divine, source, God, goddess, whoever, is also us. Like we are a part of that divine spark. So it's not just allowing the universe to just do it. We have to plug in. We have to direct that energy, direct the flow, and be the ones to say, "Hey, this is what I want." But also recognize that I am going to receive that as well, and just allow it to unfold. But we're still, we're taking the steps to get there, but we're not like trying to jump 10 steps and get there faster, if that makes sense. So let's see, there's a healing process to this. It says, say spirals of creation, spirals of light, you bring my manifestation to life. I trust in your wisdom and in your grace. Help me be wise and keep the faith. Repeat as needed. I like that. How cute. So I like this. What do you all think? What do you think as a whole that this reading is expressing for us today, as the collective energies are coming forth to give us inspiration? So I really like the first card, the perfection of your life, the storm, and how depending on where we are at in this storm, it looks a different way. It can be beautiful, it can be messy, it can be a little bit of both. But at the same time, if we go to the spirals of manifestation, then we can recognize that yes, maybe we are currently in this storm. Doesn't feel that great, but it's a storm. And like, was said earlier, storms can clear pathways. So yeah, this storm is necessary. May not feel great, but I'm going to take full advantage of it. So I'm going to let it clear out the things that no longer serve me, because I trust in the spirals of manifestation. I trust that, you know what? I will get to where I want to be. I will be on the end of this. We will work through this. I will be better for it, right? So I know that I'm already there. I don't need to rush it. I simply need to enjoy the process, utilize this time to perfect my skills. Maybe I'm dancing in the storm. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're going to figure it out. And then we also recognize at the core of this reading that we release the dark wound and let love live. Release the dark wound. We are worthy. It doesn't matter who we are. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier. It doesn't matter who we are. It doesn't matter how much money we have. It doesn't matter how much money we don't have. We do not need to compare. We get to embrace who we are, and we are all worthy of beauty. We are all worthy of being taken care of and supported. We all deserve that, and we are worthy of that. We do not have to do anything to be worthy of that. I think I can share this. It wasn't anything like, yeah, I was talking to a family member the other day, and we were, they were Christian. I'm not, but that's okay. And I was just explaining to them, like, you do not have to do anything. Because a lot of Christians think that you have to live your life a certain way to be worthy of God's love. A lot of Christians think that. And I'm like, no, there is nothing that you have to do to be worthy of God or spirit or source or goddess, whoever, right? There is nothing that you have to do to be worthy of your God's love. Nothing. You exist, you are worthy, okay? Just understand that. Does that make sense? Recognize that. You don't have to do anything to think that you're worthy of something, okay? You get to live your life. You get to choose your life. You get to choose these things. Choose your own adventure. But no matter what, as you find yourself, as you discover the great qualities you have and the not so great qualities you have and everything in between, you are still worthy of divinity. And nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. Okay. And so it's like, just nobody has that power over you. Nobody has that right to claim anything over you. Your body, your soul, your mind, your agency. Okay. Totally in theme with the sale, by the way. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so any last minute thoughts, any last minute questions, any last minute things that you wanted to share? Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. Again, this reading was in honor of Elisa, my friend of Elisa Soul Kisses. She is having her crystal extravaganza sale, where she has oil. She doesn't just have crystals; she has oil. She has everything. You can find the link to the group where her sale is in the description of the video. If you enjoy this and you want to support more videos like this, you're more than welcome to check out the other link. You can bless me with something off my Amazon wish list if you want, and I usually use those cards or whatever and back into the work we do. You can, donate via PayPal. You could just talking with me, sharing my content, helping me to get out to other people as well. That's, all of it is appreciated. All of it. It really is. And I love being able to communicate with all of you. It really is inspiring to me, and it helps me. So I hope that you can take something from this reading and utilize it, but always just recognize that you are absolutely worthy no matter what. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So again, thank you for being here. What is today? Sunday. So I will actually be on my page tomorrow morning with our Deviant Daily, and then afternoon with another Deviant Daily. So I look forward to talking to you all soon. Thank you again, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday or Monday, wherever you are. Be blessed.